So now that I got the base file, my program should be able to run without problems. Ready to see? Well, this is my program, and it's running just fine. First it does the other speeds, the slow end, then it does the good speeds, the slow end, and now it's getting into the bass, the good end. And this goes all the way through. Like the progress bars here? Isn't that pretty neat? I like progress bars. I really do. One thing you might be noticing, what's with this and this? Well, this is the speed, and this is actually the pitch offset, which is a new feature that I've added. So here now it's doing the good. The pitch offset is in cents, 1/100th of a semitone. So if you double the speed, it's going to be 12 semitones higher in pitch. You get that? Okay, well, it's what 12 semitones is 1,200 cents. But now that I got the bass files, it's time for the long process on converting them. I got all these here to deal with. It's quite a few of them. And one thing I want you to note, yeah, it's quite a disk space hog. Pretty big, alright. And yeah, time like this is nothing new. My sleep-wake cycle. Because after all, I actually wake up at that time. I'm very active at that time. Like even right now, I'm fairly active. Although I'm getting close to the limit. But I have enough time to finish this video and probably even post it on YouTube. And of course, it's a long one, but I need to go by and process all these bat files. Normally, I would otherwise be, well, having all these going simultaneously, but since I'm recording, I need to free up the CPU because I don't want dropped frames. This is actually pretty fast when you think about it. But if all 8 cores were actually being used, of course some of this is also coming from the multitasking that I've got. And just to give you an idea, yeah, 2 windows going. They're both going otherwise very fine, very nicely. But this does take quite a while, so I might as well just delete this out of the video. One thing that I'm kind of wondering on MP3 and what all this stuff is, like what's with this 11.1x or this 10.1x? What is with all that? What's this long switch short? I don't even know what any of that stuff is. This and this I do know. Yeah, you might be wondering, why is it so low? My goodness, that is horribly low. But you'd actually be very surprised at just how good that sounds. Seriously. And, well, all this up here I kind of understand quite well. However, there's... Well, let's see. I know what all this is. It's all the various bit rates used because I'm using ABR, average bit rate. And let's see, QVal, that's the Q2 and the parameters that I've set. Of course, this is the last one. But look at this conversion rate. My goodness, that is impressive. Of course, if I overclock my CPU a little bit, then hey, that'd probably even be 250x. And of course, reduce or raise this even more to like 9, the max. This might even be 400x. That would really be insane. But at least now that all the conversion is done, I'm still not quite fully finished yet. Let's see. I want it in the results. I need to create a folder. New folder. Final Fantasy VI World. That's the full name of the song, which is pretty obvious in this case. I don't know its real name though, but so I just come up with my own names. And of course I just select all these. Why that got collapsed, I don't know. And I just move. Sometimes I like those animations that come up there. And that's otherwise it. That's the whole list right there. This. And that otherwise completes that particular song. So what about going about processing samplers and 20 laps and stuff like that? Well, 20 lap versions only use the best range. Take Desert Zone, for example. Notice the best speeds start at 60 and go to 100. Okay, well, the 20 lap also has that same thing. FF6 World, well, for samplers, I'll have to get a sampler process, and, well, I'll do just that. The only difference is I got a pan sampler at the end. Okay, something comes up, good. This I can actually get rid of because it's now processed. However, samplers are special. They use every single speed that I have available. Yes, that is 1/8 true speed, and all of these are like that, even the best speeds. Samplers are meant for experimentation. Can you guess what this one's going to be? 8 times true speed. Can you imagine what that's going to sound like? There's actually one song that even gets that far out. Yeah, there is one song that gets that far out. It's not this song. There is another one. Which one is it? Let's see if I can find it right here. This song from Super Monkey Ball 2, when you play Monkey Target, it'll play. This one sounds very good, even at triple speed. But it still sounds fairly decent, clear out to even 8 times the speed. And, well, let's see. Right here. Yeah, even out here. Wow, it's even more than I thought. 4.5 times true speed. It still sounds good. This has got the widest range of good speeds. It's not the best, though, because there is one that's got like an 11x range. Yeah, 11x. It's got 40 to 500 or something. I don't remember the exact range. But it goes really slow to really fast. It's got the widest range of them all. But all samplers are processed like that. However, all samplers are always one loop. No exceptions. They're meant to be quick and simple. This is also unchanged. And that's basically all there is for processing a sampler. Really, nothing to it. And of course, don't forget this. And there's one other thing yet. I need to set this. Gotta make sure that that's true speed. And this also has to be the 50K too. It has to match exactly. And now I just export the base file and it should otherwise be set. And let's see, sampler base 01. Because it's got one loop. That saves in an instant. And now this one's ready to go. Except there's another thing. Oh boy, now what? First, since I'm already here, I might as well get that in there, get that folder renamed. However, these folders are cluttered with files. Oh boy. You might think that I'd just go by and delete all that and go to the next folder and so forth. But surprisingly, if this file name is any hint, kind of silly, but hey, it's quick reference. All I need to do is delete these folders. You might be wondering, why isn't it going to the recycle bin? If you hold shift and then click delete while still holding shift, you can bypass the recycle bin. Very useful. So, all I gotta do is extract the, and it's back to normal. That's how easy it is to reset. See, delete folders, then unzip for quick reset. No, I'm gonna rename that. Add this. Still works. And of course, not empty folders. Now I can process that song. This one will go blazing fast because it's so short. Look at the size here. That is so tiny. 0 out of 0. Yeah, because otherwise I'm just going to get the program to crash. Yeah, and there's 459 of them, if you saw that. And of course, here we go with this again. Look at this just zipping by. Oh my goodness. And if you think this is fast, it's going to get even faster yet. Notice this. This is why it's so fast. There's so few frames. I love the way that looks. Whoa! It's now flickering because it's so fast. 64 frames at the low end. Man, that is fast. That's the thing about samplers. They're tiny. Do it in bulk. Yeah, this gets up to 200% true speed. There's that one. There's that one, just as I was about to select it. But man, that is impressive. And I'll get out this really low bitrate stuff very soon, actually. Okay, it's all done. Expand that. Select all these. There are so many of them. All that. 459 objects. And it's next to nothing. Move that to there. Rats, I didn't get it. It normally says moving, and you get this animation. I love Windows animation, especially that dancing flashlight one, as I call it. Flashlight goes over here, goes back, got it from over here, now it reveals a folder, goes back, no folder, here, no folder, here, no folder, here, there's a folder. I love that animation. That's my top favorite one. But it's otherwise done. Delete. WinZip, extract to here, and it's already a quick reset. Isn't that so convenient? Now, all we need to do is transfer these to my MP3 player. I guess I'm going to have to go grab it. But first I want to go close some of these, because I don't need these anymore. Of course, Winamp complains about it when I got it hooked up. And this is the problem I've been having for a while. Of course, it's going to error. When you keep memory address 0 is obviously going to always cause errors. There's a reason for that. If a pointer points to 0, it's pointing to nothing. If you know programming, you know that's basically what's going to happen. So, let me get my MP3 player. It's hooked up now. So, let's see here. I'll have to wait for it to come up, because I just got done charging it. Forget to charge that thing, and I'm kind of mess up my sleep-wake cycle even more. But it's done, so all I need to do is just copy that, go to here, and in case you're wondering, yes, this Platform Master's got all my screenshots and stuff in here. My favorite animation. Yep. If you want to look at more of these screenshots, you can just go to platformmasters.com, but that's a different subject. However, I'm after music. Let's see. I got Final Fantasy VI in here. But I already got Final Fantasy VI, so why did I just process it? Easy. It's the old stuff. I've now updated it based on my current systems, basically. So, we'll just delete these. And you get another Windows animation. Although it kind of doesn't make too much sense, because normally it would be that page being exploding in a sense, like a firework. Instead of going to the recycle bin, considering it's being actually deleted as is. But this does take some time, so I'm just going to delete this out. And it's now done deleting, so all I need to do now is copy it. This will also take quite a long time to do. Yeah, but this is also misleading, because I've seen this go up a long ways and all of a sudden suddenly start dropping down. I don't know why it does that, but it does. So I'll just delete this out again until it's done. 15? Man, 15 minutes. Went up almost double that low files per second rate. 6. My goodness, that suddenly dropped. Yeah, it's because these are much bigger files, and that's estimated time is actually based on the total file size that needs to be copied, rather than the number of files and things like that, or actual time. Four? Boy, it suddenly dropped real quick. This is now finally about finished. It's still going, yes, but it's just about done. And sometimes you don't even see the 5 seconds remaining like that. But I've had cases where it stopped at the 10 seconds and never even showed the 5. It updates every 5 seconds, basically. But just because I transferred the stuff over doesn't necessarily mean I'm done putting it on my MP3 player. What's with this PLA? Well, that's the next thing I need to do. Because otherwise, I'd have to sort through 6,000 files just to find not only the song, but also the speed. And that is a no-no. So, I just name it based on the whole song, of course. And this one is... and that's otherwise it. Now the process is done. And that's basically all there is to it. So one thing you might be wondering, well, of course the last thing I need to do is disconnect. The last thing I need to do is disconnect it from my computer, and otherwise go from there and just try it out. It's the last thing I need to do. Of course, that I'm otherwise not really going to bother doing.